Are you ready for the Bible quiz? Today I'm going to be quizzing you on King David. How well do you know King David? The first question coming up. When in history did King David live? Was it 2000 BC, 1000 BC, or 400 BC? Wow, this is a tough one. 1000 BC. He was alive 1,000 years before Christ, before Jesus was born. Ready for question number 2? In what books of the Bible can you find the stories about King David? 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, or 1st and 2nd Chronicles? It's not the book of David. There's not one of those. The answer is 1st and 2nd Samuel. David is introduced in the Bible in the book of Ruth as the great-grandson of Naomi, but his story starts in 1 Samuel chapter 16. Who was Samuel? Was Samuel a prophet, a king, or a warrior? He was a prophet. That's right. Do you remember Hannah? She prayed for a child and said, Lord, if you give me a child, I will give him back to you. And she did. He served God his whole life. A prophet is someone who speaks for God. Is this true or false? What do you think? Prophet is someone who speaks for God. It's true. For prophecy never had its origin in the human will, but prophets, though human, spoke from God. King David is mentioned in the Bible over 1,000 times. Is that true or false? Man, that's a lot of times. Do you think that's true or is that false? It's true. Only Jesus is mentioned in the Bible more times than David. Amazing. He must be pretty important. Who became the first king of Israel while Samuel was a prophet? Saul, Solomon, or Hezekiah? Do you know your Bible kings? Which one was the first king of Israel? It was Saul. The Israelites wanted a king, even though God should have been their king. Samuel told him he'd be just like all the other kings of all the other nations. In what famous place was King David born? Was it Egypt, Bethlehem, or Jerusalem? Do you know this? Where was David born? Bethlehem. It means house of bread and was the birthplace of 2 kings, David and King Jesus. What was the name of David's father? Was it Isaac, Joseph, or Jesse? You know your Bible well? Let's see. What was David's father's name? Jesse. The Lord said to Samuel, I'm sending you to Jesse of Bethlehem. I have chosen one of his sons to be king. David was the oldest of 8 brothers. True or false? Was David the oldest of 8 brothers? False. David was the youngest of the 8 sons of Jesse. David had some sisters too. What was David's job as a kid? Was he a baker, a shepherd, or a farmer? I think you know this one. Come on, you know this? It's a shepherd. In Israel, it was usually the job of the youngest son of a family to be a shepherd, to take care of the family's sheep. The Lord chose David because he looks at the heart, not what? Outward appearance, wealth, or strength. The answer is outward appearance. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:17. What did Samuel do to David to show that he was going to be God's chosen king? Put a coat on him, baptize him, or anoint him? What did Samuel do to young David? He anointed him. Samuel took a horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers. The Spirit of the Lord came upon David. And here's the final question. David was famously called a man after God's own what? Heart, word, or image? A man after God's own what? What was David called? It is heart. God said this, I have found David, son of Jesse, a man after my own heart. So, how'd you do, Bible geniuses? Did you get most all of them right? Did you get all of them right? I'd be really impressed. Great job.